Well, let's find out what's going on with taxis in Durban now, and that's where we find ENCA reporter Tuba Vilane. Tuba, good morning to you. Tell us exactly where you are and whether or not taxis are loading people to full capacity there. That province announced on Friday through Santaco that they were going to be the first ones who are going to load taxis at 100% capacity.
Yes, good morning, Xoli. We at the Durban Station long-distance taxi rank. This is the main long-distance taxi rank in Durban. On my right is the taxis that goes to Johannesburg, and just next to me and behind me are the taxis that goes to the northern KwaZulu-Natal that include your Richards Bay, your Empangeni, Eshowe and other areas. When we arrived here, I've noticed that I've seen gentlemen carrying sanitizers on their hand to sanitize people that are getting into the taxis. And when I was chatting to the chairperson of Santaco in the province, Ubabu Boizondi, he told me that he was also reported that already, as we speak, there are 3 taxis that are going to Johannesburg that have already left this morning. But let me now bring in Babu Zondi to try and understand more. Babu Zondi, thank you so much for your time. It's early morning. You announced as early as on Saturday that you were going to load 100%, and it's happening today.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm happy to report that 3 taxis have left this taxi rank going to Johannesburg, and they have loaded 100%. And the good thing, as you have seen it yourself, passengers are wearing masks, and also they are sanitizing when they are getting into the taxis. That is what we are encouraging. The taxi drivers need to encourage our passengers to wear masks and also sanitize when they board into the taxis. But 100%, we are still encouraging that all taxis in South Africa must load full capacity.
But on the other side, government, the Transport Minister Babzondi, is saying you are still open to engagement with Santaco, and he's discouraging this sort of announcement that was taken by your leadership.
Well, I don't know what he means by encouraging discussions. It is him who keeps on postponing meetings. As the leadership of the taxi industry in South Africa, we are still willing to negotiate with the minister, but fortunately, I've told him in one of the meetings that this postponing of meetings that he is doing is not going well with the taxi industry, and he thought that it was a joke. But that's how he thinks he needs to treat the taxi industry. There is nothing we can do.
What happened along the way if one of your taxis gets stopped and maybe a driver arrested or the taxi impounded?
Well, there is no such a thing that if a taxi is loading, because it will be called overload. There is no taxi that should be impounded. They should be given tickets. So it will be something new again if we now are loading overload, that taxis will be impounded. That will simply mean that the taxi industry is at war with government. But we are expecting that taxis will be getting tickets if they are caught because they will call it overload.
What are you going to do?
Well, we'll take those summons and we'll go to court with those summons.
Babu Zondi, just before I let you go, just very briefly, there was a saying that if one of your taxis get arrested or impounded, then you will stop operation across the country.
That's exactly what we will do. If any of the taxis in South Africa gets impounded for loading overload, so they will call it, that is when we are going to take a stand and we'll stop all taxis in South Africa. That's our stand, and we are not changing about that.
Thank you so much, Babu Nondaba. That was Santaco chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal. He's also confirming indeed that there are 3 taxis that have already left here for Johannesburg, and they were fully loaded. They were 100% capacity. Is also saying that if any of their taxis get stopped or impounded along the way, they will have to stop the operation. Maybe to mention just here in KwaZulu-Natal, Xoli, as I said, this is the main taxi rank. And as you understand that trains as the main mode of transport for many people, trains are not yet working. So should tax stop, that will have the ripple effect on the economy of this province, because that will mean many of people are unable to go to work because buses that are there won't be able to transport everyone across Durban to work.
Thank you very much for that update, Thuba Vilane. Giving us an update from the KZN province, certainly fighting talk from the taxi operators that side.